but lots to build on for the next game. So best performance we've seen for a little while.
First of all, a happy new year to everybody who watches the channel, and do me a favour please, subscribe, click on the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up because it costs nothing. The channel's free anyway, thanks to my sponsors, so thanks very much to Timpson as usual, and to RRG Group, and also to AMAR Development UK. So without their support I wouldn't be able to do this, so give it a subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and that'll help the channel no end. But here we are in 2025, happy new year. So what are people thinking ahead of what I think is going to be a huge year for Manchester City one way or another? There are so many things in this year, first of all to look forward to, because being a Blue it's always good to look forward to things, but also there are things to be a little bit anxious about, like the charges that still haven't been resolved, like the extended season, the Summer World Cup, the Club World Cup in America, which will be a bridge too far, I'm afraid, for me, but that's how it goes. And what will people think in terms of the form at the moment, where City going to finish in the league? There's the FA Cup to start next week against Salford. So what are people thinking today? What is the mood going into the new year 2025? Let's find out.
Having been a City fan all my life, I'm always optimistic with City. I've been through the bad times, so yeah, I still think definitely top four, possibly FA Cup. I think maybe the title's gone, but you never say never.
Do you have any anxieties going into 2025?
No. I think in Pep we trust, and yeah, it'll come good again. It ain't over till it's over.
Well, it's just been a worrying time the past few weeks, isn't it, really? Obviously, you know, we've got into a bit of a comfort rut of City winning all the time, and I think it's been a funny old time with obviously the injuries, and there's still that awful sort of cloud above our heads, the 115 charges. I just want to go away. I want to move on past that. We're a better club than that. You know, bringing my son here, my 5-year-old son, teaching him all about City and what we do and how passionate we are about it. I just want to get rid of the 115 charges, get that brushed away, done with.
Are you optimistic about that then?
I am, yeah. I think I am. I think, you know, we're all sort of, you know, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I just think that we need to get it just boxed off and sorted out. I am optimistic about it. City obviously are as well, so why shouldn't we be as well? So yeah, that's the one thing I want to get sorted. 2025, get rid of the 115 charges and let's move forward and hopefully win some trophies.
Hopefully better than the second half of 2024. I suppose we always start slow. Second half of the season we pick it up. You can only hope that it's going to do the same again. Obviously the past couple of weeks, months have been quite negative. But you know, hopefully we've got January transfer window to get a few more players in, get a bit more solidarity back in the midfield, and then build from there. Who knows? Like my dad said, probably the title's gone. Let's just aim for top four, and that should be enough. Let's not get complacent with having to win titles and having to win all these trophies. City fans 10-15 years ago, we'd take being top half, never mind top four. So let's just aim for top four and go from there.
It's going to be a long year though with the Club World Cup as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean at the start of the season I thought we had a strong enough squad to go through that. Obviously the past few months have shown that maybe we haven't got that strength in numbers, particularly in defence. So yeah, opportunities for the youth to come through. James McAtee, give him a chance. And yeah, say maybe put our hands in the pockets a little bit in January and get a few more reinforcements in. Just got to cover Rodri and get some more strength back in the midfield, and hope that defence can stay fit really, and that's it.
Well, I'd like to see us get off to a good start today. You know, we've had a few bumpy roads in the last few weeks. But if we get off to a good start, good atmosphere here. West Ham are not on form. Jared Bowen's missing. So that gives us a chance, obviously, in their attacking third. But I just like to see us get off to a good start, powerful start, and then hopefully pick up a bit of a momentum going into February, March time. Because obviously you've got Champions League, you've got FA Cup. So I'm still optimistic for the rest of the season.
And is 2025 going to be a good year for City? Because obviously there's still the cloud of the 115 charges, isn't there?
Well, that's the unknown. We don't know exactly what's going on with that. But I'd like to get that sorted out as soon as possible. So let's get a clean slate, and then we can see where we are.
Oh, and just a quick update on the stand extension. That's how it is at the West Ham game. They've got a bit of the terracing on, as it were, hotel. Some of the towers there on the other side. The hotel is going really well. But let's find some more fans.
I think it's a rebuild now. I think missing so many players, pivotal like Rodri, and I just think it's a reset. And you know, we've always been where we always celebrate every success as if it could be our last, because we're not, you know, arrogant. We don't expect it, and we've come from the hard times and we'll get through it. There's been far worse than this that I've seen in my lifetime, so I'm not worried, and I'll still be there supporting them no matter what.
It'll be about 60 games this year, including the Club
Yeah.
World Cup. Are you expecting any trophies?
Possibly, but again, it would be nice, but I'm not gonna, you know, it would be nice, but I'm not going to be too upset if we don't. I think it's hard, and to have done 4 in a row, to compete like that with the mentality, it's very difficult, and you're going to reach a point where, you know, you have to reset and you can't just keep going and going. They're human at the end of the day, and, you know, it takes a lot. So another bit of silverware would be nice, but if we don't, well, we'll still be here.
You've got all this behind you, the hotel and the new stand.
Yeah,
and
it
the
looks
new City Square
fantastic.
to look forward to.
Yeah, it looks really, really like, well, obviously the plans look fantastic, and it'll be really good with the Co-op Live there. I think it'll be great bringing more people in, and obviously spending more for the club, more revenue, and you get the full Matchday experience, being obviously you can stay here and everything else, and that. So yeah, looking forward to seeing that. Yes, yeah, like I say, having seen typical City, I think going forward you've just got to be positive about and know that the leadership and the club know what they're doing, and we're going in the right direction, and we'll get there in the end again.
Oh, I think the big thing is that Guardiola will sort it out. There's no doubt whatsoever. He will sort it out and we'll be okay.
Are you worried at all about these charges that are hanging over the club in 2025?
Yeah, it's a concern, and you know, I think that depending on how it comes through, well, we don't know, do we? We're all guessing. And until it happens, well, let's just get on with things and get on with the football.
But generally optimistic.
Very optimistic. Always have been, always will be. And if you support Man City, you've got to be optimistic.
Being a City fan, your glass is always half full.
And what about the cloud that's hanging over City? Is that a worry to you?
Not in the slightest. I think the cloud is hanging over the Premier League, because I think when City are proven innocent, they will sue the life out of the Premier League, and it won't exist in the way that we know it. So no cloud there at all. I think it's got the makings of a European Super League, and hopefully we'll have the correct recruitment, unlike last summer, and we'll be challenging again next year for the major honours.
So you're really optimistic?
Really optimistic.
So if I see the score today, then you're going to go for a win, aren't you?
I'm going for a win, definitely. I'm not saying we've turned the corner, but we're playing a side that's just taken a hammer into our biggest rivals. By that I mean Liverpool, not the shower from Stretford. And I think they're there for the taking again today, so I'll say 3-1.
Hi, I've come from Australia, not just for today, for Christmas, but been lucky to see a few matches, which was really nice. Going home on Monday. Regarding my optimism, I am very optimistic. You know, we have always been up and down, but we're true blues at the end of it, and I think that we will pull ourselves together and get up there.
And a win today?
Yes, I think we're going to win 3-1.
Confidence, we need confidence, and then just build on that, really. I mean, look, it's work in progress. Just getting back to winning ways, that'd be great.
And you, obviously, as a left-footed player, would admire somebody like Savinho, wouldn't you?
Oh, 100%, he's talent, he's a talent. Man City don't buy bad players, and I mean, he's a great player, and he's only going to get better under Pep. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing more and more of him. He's having a great game today. Thank you so much.
we're getting better. We're improving. The confidence is just a little stronger than it was.
Do you think that win might kick City on now?
Because we're getting players back. We're looking around in the market and yeah, things are on the up.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Great performance. Obviously we're a bit shaky in moments, but you know, 4 goals, it's been a while since we've seen that. Good to see Foden scoring again. Savinho, great game for him, very happy to see it. And Haaland getting his confidence back. You know, a lot of bright moments. We know what we've need to work on. We're a bit sloppy in places. Defensively, obviously a little bit shaky, but lots to build on for the next game. So, best performance we've seen for a little while.
I was asking people before the game about the thoughts on 2025. Are you optimistic?
I am optimistic. There was always going to be a dip because you can't play at the intensity with the fixture, the level of fixtures that we've played and the level that we've played without there being a bit of a slide. The squad does need refreshing a bit. We've got some fantastic players. I'm not writing them off, you know. So I am optimistic. You know, last few seasons we've always had a dip, winter, and then you know it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You know what I mean? And then you know 2025 is when we'll kick into gear. So yeah, I am optimistic.
Well, first half brilliant. Second half was good until we made the substitutions, and then I thought it just went a bit like it has been for the last few weeks. But we got the win.
Is that performance giving you enough belief now to think that City had turned the corner properly?
I think we're getting the more luck now. Yeah, we're looking a bit better. So hopefully a good run of fixtures now with some easier games and get a good momentum going. So I'm hoping.
What's your hopes for 2025 then?
Top 6. Hopefully top 4.
I mean, we've taken it at the start, definitely taken 4-1. But I think it was worrying the way in which West Ham, who hadn't played particularly well at all for that first 70 odd minutes, as soon as we made those changes, seemed to sense our vulnerabilities more. Really tried to exploit down that flank that Walker come onto. So it gives me hope in the sense of the starting 11 from this game and Leicester. We seem to have a decent base that we can get a result in a game. But again, as soon as we change that, those vulnerabilities are still very much there.
1 win out of 1 in 2025.
So let's try and keep it going 100% for the next month.
I think performances at the moment, I just think, forget about performances at the moment. I don't think they're quite what we're used to. We've just got to get as many points as we can in, try and get up that league table as high as we can, and try and reset it in the summer. We need some new players, don't we? I think that's what I think.
So even the 4-1 victory's not convinced you?
Well, the first half I wasn't. You know, they could have had a couple of goals, couldn't they? West Ham, that's what I thought anyway. Obviously, I thought the Brazilian kid on the wing on the left, he looks better on the left than the right. You know, 2 assists. You know, one last week for Haaland again this week. That's done him a world of good. But yeah, I think we need some new players. Just gone to, aren't we? They've primed him out for this twice. He's going to have to kind of recycle the squad here in the summer. So big summer ahead. I'm not too sure. Maybe we might get one in January. It just depends. But you know, summer's a big window, and it got to try and rebuild and go again. Liverpool had the same problem, didn't they? A few years ago, they dropped off, and they brought like McAllister in from Brighton and a few others, and they've got back to the top again, haven't they? So we'll just see how it goes. That's all we can do. Good result. I'm happy, yeah.
So, given that you're thinking that a rebuild needs to happen, I've been asking a lot of people today about whether they're worried about the charges and everything. Do you think City are going to be in a position next summer to rebuild?
I don't know. We'll have to just wait and see. I mean, are we gonna? If we have a result on the charges, can't they appeal it or something, and it can go into next season? Or have I read that wrong? I might have read it wrong. I'm confused with all that.
Well, of course, they could be completely innocent. Nobody knows.
Yeah, we just don't know. I mean, if we get, you know, my understanding is if they find us guilty, I think City can appeal it, can they? And it'll probably drag on before they actually give us some kind of a points deduction if that happens. So I'll see with that. It's typical City, mate. I'm telling you, we'll get to 40 points and they'll hit us with a 20-point deduction. We'll be in a relegation battle with them lot. We'll just have to wait and see. It's all we can do, innit? It's all we can do.
I suppose you can't argue with a 4-1 victory, 2 goals for Erling Haaland, and the perfect start to 2025. as always, I mean, I try to reflect the views of ordinary match-going fans, and most of them are pretty sensible, aren't they, really? So that's it, up and away for a new season. Next up, another week to go before the Salford game in the FA Cup. Nice to have a midweek with no game, really, certainly from my point of view. So enjoy your week. Look out for the audio podcast, which this week features Brian Horton, last week Joe Corrigan, MBE, and next week I'm promised Uwe Rosler. So lots to look forward to. Enjoy the week. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to do the thumbs up and to subscribe. And especially when City win 4-1, isn't it great to be a Blue?